I am Joly from the Internet Society, and this morning I attended a broadband community event at Columbia University. It was interesting. There was a guy from the state spoke, and Gail Brewer spoke, and then there was a panel. It's one thing that, there's the open government and putting the government on the internet is very interesting, but unless people have access, then it's irrelevant because unless people can get to it. So it's still, access has got to be something that we've got to work about, and some of that is down to like the fact that, people have access, but in the poorer parts of, there's only something like 20% take up in the poorer parts of the city, that, and these people need training and this kind of thing, and so there's a lot of work to be done in just teaching people how to use these things in community centers, and it's a thing which you have to think about is, when you'll have these skills, is taking them out into the obscure parts of the community and teaching them to people how they can reach this kind of stuff. And then just on the subject of government, there was one very interesting speaker at this thing, which was a guy from Queens who did digital conversion of documents, and he talked about how he started this business of doing digital conversion, and then he started using these people that worked in prisons to do the digital conversion of documents. And then he came up with this scheme, and he went to Congress, and he got Senator Inouye from Hawaii to give him $90 million to convert all the manuals of the Army into digital form. And how he did this was by persuading him that they could use all the Indians on the reservations to do the work. And he said, because they wouldn't have been able to get the money to digitize all the military's documents, because if ever they got money in the Department of Defense, they would spend it on a tank rather than converting documents. But there was this other problem, that were all these people sitting on the reservations that didn't have any work, they didn't have any equipment, they didn't have any skills. So in this way, in order to give the people on the reservations, the natives, some skills and some digital skills, they gave them this job, and that was enough to get the money in to do this thing. And he stood up at this thing today and spoke to the guy who was the head of the thing for the state, and said, look, we'd like to do this for the state, for all the government documents that are here. If we could find partners, we'd be very interested in doing this. And I'll just mention that it's dclab.com, the fellow, and he was very interested to hear from someone, and I think that someone from here, from Open Government, should reach out and talk to this guy. Okay, that's all I have to say, Matt.
Thanks, Joly.
Okay.